Simon, guys. So my brother was telling me to watch a podcast. Yeah, Cam Newton, ex NFL player, superstar, whatever, and he's interviewing Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, and in there they speak about the high value versus high functioning person. But when we spoke about it with my brother, it was around how we chose to define how high value and high functioning. And I think it's something where I wanted to just make a video around it because I think it's so important, and it's something that I'm seeing in my life personally, so it's something that I can totally relate. So let me just start by defining these terms for us and the sake of this conversation, or the sake of this video. It doesn't mean Uguti, it's actually the definition that she uses on the podcast, or maybe even your definition, but it's just how I'd like to define it. So give me the way when I see something or I define something as high value, whether it's an object or a person, I'm trying to look at it objectively. I'm trying to look at it Uguti, society. When society sees that, does society put a high value on that? So, for example, property or a car or a person, it's objective. So again, when for the general person in society, when they see a Ferrari or Porsche, they say that is a high value vehicle. When people see a mansion in Bedford View or Bryanston, they say that's a high value home. So again, society has put certain high value on certain things and people. So for example, when it comes to music or celebrities, like Kabza is of high value. I don't know, it's these ladies, they are high value. And sometimes we can be very superficial, where we maybe just use their looks. Oh, this lady looks pretty, therefore she's high value. Or many men want her, and because many men want her, her demand goes up, but there's only one of her. So, and her supply is obviously low, so she becomes high value, much like a diamond or whatever the case is. And then there is high functioning. High functioning is not necessarily what society thinks, but that specific individual thing, whatever the case is, functionality for you as an individual. So if I'm a farmer who is farming on a farm, a Ferrari might not be high functioning for a farm, but maybe a bakkie might be high functioning. A bakkie might not be as high value as a Ferrari, but it's definitely higher functioning than a Ferrari. So I don't know if we're on the same page. So there's many females who might be seen as high value individuals, because they look a specific way or they make a specific amount of money. But in terms of where you are in your life and the female and the partner that you are looking for, she might not be high functioning for you. You might be wanting someone who can be always there and be a mother for your kids and, cook for you every day. That's what functionality looks like for you as an individual. However, because she is a celebrity and she's always flying and she's never available, and, maybe she might not be high functioning, but she's high value. So I don't know if I've done well in defining these terms. So I've always used them interchangeably. And I think that's where the mistake that I've done. I've always said, like most people, oh, I'm looking for a high value individual, Meanwhile, it may not always be the case, For you, my person might be very low value, as an example, but is high functionality for me because I might get exactly what I need out of that person. Or maybe the opposite. You might be like, hey, Benson, is that person in your personal life of any functionality? Or did you just get a trophy type of girlfriend who looks pretty and blah, 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 blah? So it's also something for you as an individual to take some time and actually process. Wuti, am I looking for a high value individual or a high functionality within my life? Is it possible that you can have a person who is of very high value, meaning society has put high value on this person, but also in your life, in terms of your own practicalities, also very high functionality? Again, going to my farming example, if you want to go get a Land Cruiser, one of those big bakkies that you buy, some of them can even go up to like 1.5 million rand. So they are high value because they're very expensive, obviously high value. But in a farm, they are high functioning, So there might be many females who are of high value, Michelle Obama. But in terms of what she does for the Obama brand, she's high functioning, It's also a mother, it's also a wife. So high value and high function, So there's also that. In today's time, when looking at a high value man, it basically boils down to the finances, So that would be the main pillar, and then the other would then be the power that they yield within society, So if you are a well-known celebrity, you might not be super rich financially, but you have a lot of socioeconomic power, not socioeconomic power, you have a lot of what's it called? Like clout, I guess, within a certain space. So you might only be making, let's say, 50,000 Rand a month, which is amazing, but it might not be put you in a high value bracket from a financial point. But because you've got social clout and you've got power in that space, and everybody knows you, and everyone wants to know you, no one wants to be your friend, therefore you become a person of high value, Does that mean you are high functioning in a relationship? From the stereotypes that maybe male DJs have of sleeping around, maybe some females won't want to date you, and they might like this guy's never available, he's always partying, he might be cheating, whatever. Maybe for those people you might not be functioning. However, if you with a girl who also likes nice time, who also wants to be there, wants to go to clubs, you are obviously of high function, because she'll always be with you, your groover, blah blah blah. So it's very much the functionality speaks about where you are in your life, value where society puts you. With men, when men generally speak about a high value woman, what is value for men? So value for men is things like how do you look? Physically, you might have a big booty, small waist, big titties. They might put a lot of value on that. Your body count, your body count is something that men put a lot of value on. So with men, the less body count that you have, the higher they put you on this pedestal. So you are very, very high value to them, But in terms of high functionality, now in your relationship, are you able to be submissive? Are you able to cook, to clean, to have a nurturing side? That's maybe what he needs as well. So you look a certain way, you've kept yourself as pure as you can, but also for him and his own personal needs, you are very much functioning. So you have high value and high functionality. Now, here's the kicker, because I've seen a lot of our sisters sometimes miss this, and I just want to be very, very clear. Sisters, to whoever's watching this, there's a huge difference between the woman that men will have sex with versus women that men will date. How that looks like in today's social media world, whatever the case may be. Men will like and follow a lot of these slay queen looking type of girls with their weaves and light skinned and what. Men will gravitate to that. But will men date those stereotypical slay queens? Will men marry and have those stereotypical slay queens as the mother of their kids? Probably not. Again, now they're looking at functionality within a relationship. How does functionality within a relationship look like? Is it possible to be that light-skinned, big bum, the weave woman that men would, but also, yes, you can be both. You can be both. But don't confuse when you see men liking or Meg the Stallion who are wap. No, they're like, I'd smash you, but I don't know if I want to introduce you to my mother. Those are different type of things, I'd sleep with you tonight, but I don't think I want you to be the mother of my kids. Those are two different worlds. Two different worlds. So please understand that, because I know a lot of times sisters like, but men want women with BBLs and they're always liking women's thing. No. Don't get that misconstrued. Again, high functionality. Can this person apply in my life for me to grow and be a better person and function at a high level? That's what I need. Here's the mess up in all of this when it comes to high value, high functionality. As men and women alike, people lie. So we lie about our value. We lie and we say, oh no, I earn 200K a month. All of a sudden, the sister puts you at high value. And in her life, she tries to bring you in as a boyfriend because she's like, well, he can help me and he can high functionality because maybe I've got debts, I've got student loans, whatever the case may be. Because he's of high value, he earns 200K a month, he can help me. but the guy lied. The guy doesn't even earn 10% that. So now he's coming in and you quickly learn that he's not what he said, and then the functionality breaks apart and the relationship falls apart. That's what happens as well. Same happens with guys and females. You know, she's wearing her Wonder bra, she's wearing this, she's that, she's wearing a waist trainer, you know, she lies, she says, oh, I've only been with like 3 guys. Her value goes high, you know, and then all of a sudden, let's say you get into the space. So her value is here. Her functionality is also quite good. Let's just say. So her value is, in societal terms, 8 out of 10. Body count of 3, small waist, la 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 la. Functionality in your life, she is a 6 out of 10. Great, you can date, you can work with that. With an 8 and a 6, perfect, let's go, let's date. You average out at a 14 out of 20, that's good enough for me. Then you spend some time with her and you realize, Guti, no man, this chick actually is wearing a waist trainer. You know, she's wearing that tight, that tuck up your booty and whatnot. She's wearing a Wonder bra. Her 8 out of 10 in terms of looks go quickly from 8 to, let's say, a 6. Then you realize, Guti, no, when she said she's got a body count of 3, she was only talking about she's only dated 3 guys. But in terms of the guys she slept with, is actually the T. Now she's a 3 in terms of how the value would look like, if that's what guys are placing value to. So now all of a sudden she goes being a 14 out of 20 to now being 6 plus 3, 9 out of 20. Then the guy's like, I'm good. A lot of guys struggle with that balancing act of being with the person who is high value while a person who is high functionality. You want a woman that's attentive to you, that's caring to you, that's loving to you, but at the same time, you want a woman where there's value in her, in the sense of other men wish that they would be with her. A lot of our sisters also lie, you know, and our sisters have very low value. Therefore, in terms of societal norms, very low value. Therefore, they'll lie. They lie about their body count, they lie about how they look, they lie about this, they lie about that. And when you get into a relationship and you realize that this person is not the person that you signed up to in terms of how society looks at them, it kills you, you know. Or again, the guy is not the guy that said he was in terms of societal. In societal things, he's meant to look like this, better than this, only to find out that this guy is actually really, really toxic. This guy is actually really horrible. What society has seen about him is actually not the true sense of who he is. His actual value, if society knew the truth, would not be the 10 out of 10 that everybody puts in. They'd put him at a 5. Functionality, he's already a 5. So he's a 10 out of 20. So really, he's not what he's promised, what he's signed up to. And that's a big problem that we have. Me, in my personal life, this is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to be as of high value as I can, while at the same time also being as high functionality to my partner as I can. Meaning, I want to, when I walk into a space, let's just talk about the value part. When I walk into a space, I want her to feel like this guy is a Lamborghini. Meaning that if I walk into a space, a bar, or whatever the case is, she needs to see that women have a high demand for me. They have a high demand. However, they can't get me because my supply is 1 and it's to her. Therefore, my value is high in terms of what people want, this guy, you know, but the supply is low. In terms of the financials, I want to try as best as I can to earn as high as I can. So when people see me objectively, they just go, yes, this person earns, okay, financially, he's in a good spot to be deemed high value. Physically, the way that I look, you know, when I walk into a space, people say, hey, Jimmy Lindwana, yes, sis. I want to look like that entire package, that Lamborghini, from a financial to a mental to a physical to a, you name it. I want to be of high value, objectively. When people on the outside look at me, I want to be that. But at the same time, I want to be of very, very high functionality in her life. What are her goals and how can I help her? What are her dreams? What are her ambitions? What does she like? What does she not like? What is she struggling with? You know, what traumas is she sitting on? What triggers does she have? What childhood things that I can assist in making sure that she becomes a better person for her? So now it speaks that functionality. It doesn't help me being of this high value, and this is, but I never pour back to her. Therefore, I'll be of low functionality. So to me, I'm trying to be as high value as I can, while at the same time being as high functionality for her as I can. If there's things that I've done in the past that have messed up, let's say I've hurt certain people, I'm trying to fix that so that I can change a public image of this car. a change, a perception, so that people say, okay, sharp, he used to be a 4 out of 10 in terms of value. Now that he's worked on this and he's changed this and spoke, he's now gone from a 4 to a 6. If I was a manhole, let's just say, if there are ways for me to increase my social currency, if there's a way to increase my value, maybe by finding Jesus, or whatever the case may be, let me do that so that, again, my value can, increase slowly but surely, so that she feels confident in walking around with me. But if I was a manhole and people don't look down on me, person as a bully, it would affect how she views me. And I think a lot of guys also struggle with that. Guys, your girl can be very, very high functionality and you should keep her, and that's great. But on her side, you need to let her know, Guti, on her end, she needs to work on being of high value. She needs to work so that when you walk next to your partner, people look at your partner and go, damn, bro, I don't know how you got that Lamborghini. That's incredible. When people look at your partner like that chick is high value. And then you then say, hey, bro, you know what? She's also high functionality in my personal life, and I'm very blessed to have her. So those are the dynamics that I think we currently struggling with in today's time. We want this amazing Lambo, but at the same time, we also want this Lambo that work for us and make us better people. Let me know what you think. Just write in the comments below. Share this video far and wide. If you think there's value for other people, hit that subscription button and that notification bell, and have yourselves a fantastic day. Ciao.